Alright guys, this time the German Dream Pot Gacha character evaluation. So, it's my third video. I'm a bit drunk. I've finished already like 1 liter of beer. So I'm drunk. I might talk trash. Forgive me for that. I'll apologize before. Anyways, so let's go on. But before I do, so this Dream Pot this time includes this question mark system where we all hate, which all we will let the bang. Yeah, anyways, so how the system work is, as you guys know, Dream Pot is, the more you pull, the less than what's inside will be, right? But then, unlike the Swedish ones that happened like last month, or in this month, I forgot. No, last month. This time they have this first prize question mark, 2 of them. Right, and if you pull the question mark, you'll be able to get 1 of the 4. So there's 2, so you'll be able to get 2 of the 4. That means if you're aiming for, let's say, Schneider, and you only got Kultz and Marius on the first one, you'll have to reset the pot and try again. So this could take time. Because of this system. Yeah, that's a bit disappointing. And there's 300 inside, at least for the Japanese one. I haven't checked the global yet, but I think it's the same. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, please. But yeah, so the percentage is really, it's gonna be tougher than the Swedish one because of this question mark system. But it's happening. So we just have to run the event as much as we can because there's global share now. It's much easier than usual for us to collect these tickets. And I haven't done the event so much yet. I've only run the event for like 2 hours or so, and I got like 348 tickets running the extreme mode. Although it's extreme, it's not that hard. It's only like the opponent's stats are like 400k or something. Yeah, so it's not like super duper hard. So I think if I hope I'm right. Let me just check. Yeah, 380k. Yeah, so that's not that hard, although it's called extreme. And there's like some characters get, especially the new Akai and new Nita, they get like a boost of the drop, right? So normally you would want to make a team that gets more boost, right? But I noticed that you get more tickets when you shoot, not tickets, but the balls drops when you make score, right? So it doesn't always mean that you get more drops if you use like the boost characters, because that means for most of you the team will be weaker, which end up to be less scores, right? So it's not always the best way to include all the dedicated the boost characters. But and also when you finish the game, right, join share, because your friends or who you run the event with will also bring tickets as a drop item, so definitely do that. And also when you make 3 goals, or when you do hat trick, or I forgot what, but there's like 3 parts where when you complete these, you'll be able to get extra tickets or coins. It could be tickets or coins, it depends, it's random. But because the missions for these are like make 3 goals, make hat trick, is something that might be easier for you to accomplish with your strongest team, ignoring the boost characters, because yeah, it'll probably be weaker for most of you. So it might be better for you to do it with run the event with your best team. Yeah, because of these missions, and because when you score you get drop items. Yeah, so let's go on to the evaluation for the German characters right here. So on the left is Schneider, second is Kultz, third is Chester, on the right Marius. Are they good as event character like Swedish character? Well, I think Swedish characters were better because of the passive, because the Swedish characters had if all 4 characters are in the team, you get 20% boost per everything. But whereas these characters are only gets their passives are like they get additional 15% for shot, dribble, pass, and high bowler. Yeah. So compared to Swedish characters who were able to get like 20% for everything, it's more limited. So in that sense, I think Swedish characters are better, but still, as an event character, these characters are good, as you can see here. As like for Schneider, he has 9,400 shooting power. He's really dedicated to shot, so everything else isn't that good. But because of his passive of 15% boost of skill power, it's skill power, not stats. So at the end, his fire shot. He also has fire shot S, and Kaiser step A. I don't know if this is the right name for global. I forgot, but yeah. So it's really good. The skills they have, all these characters have very good skills, S rank skills, which you can pass to your existing Schneiders. For those who have Fest Schneider, definitely this Fire Shot S will be something good to add on top. And yeah, and all these characters have as a team skill, European character boost by 5%, all parameters. So it's not that good. Team skill, I don't think is useful today with all these 10 to 15% boost. But yeah, I think you should more look at their stats, passive, and skills especially. Yeah. So for those who don't have Schneider at all from the past, then maybe this guy is not bad. Not bad, of course. With the 15% boost to the shooting skill power, he could be very useful. But for those who have any existing Schneider, like the blue Schneiders whatsoever, or Fest Schneider, of course, or the national team green Schneider, they will be, or the red Tsubasa combination Schneider. These will be better than this event Schneider, for sure. Yeah. So what you would want to do with this is, for those who have the past Schneiders that I just raised, you should give this, run the event over and over and collect these to level the Fire Shot S, or yeah, basically that. Yeah. So that's what you should do. And as for Kautz next to Schneider, he's a dribbler this time. Unlike the past defensive character, although he's DMF, his dribble is 8,500. That's pretty high, and his skill or passive is dribble skill power goes up by 15%. So, and he has a Hedgehog dribble S for the first time. There was never any dribble S for Kautz, so this will be his first S rank dribble. That's good. So for those who's using like Fest Kautz or any other existing Kautz, you should definitely want to get this so that you could give this good skill to the past Kautz. Yeah, I think for this Kautz, that's the way to use him, because even though if you don't have any Kautz from the past, he's DMF, but he could only basically do dribble. So I don't think he'll be as useful as Schneider. Yeah, because of his position being defensive, but his skill being offensive. Yeah, it doesn't match. To be honest. So yeah, I think the best way to use him is to give the skill to the existing transfer limited Kautz. Yeah. And next to him is Chester. Unlike how I said to Schneider and Kautz, this guy could be useful as is. Yeah, well, of course, he has high speed through pass, if that's the global name, I don't know, but S. So he has a S rank pass. That's good. For those who are using the past Chester, like Dream Collection or any other Chester, you might want to pass this skill onto that Chester too. But actually, this Chester's pass is strongest out of all the past Chesters. Yeah. So this guy, as is, you could use this guy directly to your team already, especially for those who are using skill type team. Yeah. I'll do the comparison afterwards, so let me just move on to Marius. This Marius, in terms of shot, actually, this guy is stronger than Schneider in terms of stats. So this guy is good, like Chester. You could probably use him to your team, right there. But if you already have like Dream Collection Chester or the National Team Chester from the first year, and those characters are a bit stronger, of course, but because of his passive being high ball, when it comes to high ball, he gets 15% boost on top of his skill power. He has high angle head S and diving head A. I don't know if diving head is a high baller. I think it's low ball. Let me just check real quick. Marius. Yeah, it's a low baller, so it has to be high angle head. But when you do that, you get 15% boost on top of the skill. So at the end, he's going to be very strong, even compared to the past Mariuses. So it's good. It's good. Yeah. I like Chester. I would say out of these 4 characters, Chester and Marius could be used as is. But for Schneider and Kautz, for those who don't have Schneider in the past, maybe you could use him. But if not, you would want to collect these for the skill. Yeah. So let me do the comparison using the past same characters. This is Kautz. On the left is the Dream Fest Kautz, and in the middle is the, what is this? Auto block. Who was this? It's the one before the first stand. Yeah, I think. Wasn't it? Yeah, it is. The green Kautz, right? Yep. So compared to these, if you look at his defensive stats, they are all defensive characters, including the new one. So in terms of defense, this guy, the new one, isn't that good because he's really weighted on dribble. I don't know why they did that, but at least he has a hedgehog dribble S this time. So for those who are using Dreamfest Kautz or any other Kautz, you might want to get this Kautz for the dribble. Yeah, I think that's the only way to use him, as you can see here, because he's DMF or DM. He has to be able to do something defensive, and if you look at his stats, he's not that good, to be honest, frankly speaking. So yeah, this guy is really for the skill. And next is Chester. As I said previously, he could be used right away because of his past skill stats being the highest out of all the past Chesters. On the left is the Dream Collection. In the middle is the past normal transfer of Chester. And if you look at his past, well, sorry, I didn't include the first year and Chester in this. Let me just check on another device how strong the first Dan is. He has 6,100, 5640. Let me just add that up. 6151 plus, 5640 divided by 2 plus 6151 equals 8971. So yeah, this guy has the best passing stats. So as a passer, well, AM or OMF characters really need a good passer. So I think this guy could be useful, very useful for those who don't have a very strong passer like Green Misaki or any Tsubasa or past Chester, whoever. Yeah, so yeah, this guy could be useful. But if you have like Dream Collection Chester and you're using a blue type team, or if you have a national team Chester and you're using red type, you might want to take out this high speed pass and use it on another Chester. So it's either way, you have options. But if I were you, even if you're using Dream Collection Chester, I would collect at least 2 of these Chesters because I think this could be useful because he's the very first green type. And you never know, one day you might want to use green type. So yeah, I wouldn't just get rid of him, his skill, when you only have 1 Chester. I would go for 2 if you have enough time. Yeah. But this guy is good in terms of pass, and yeah, he's really dedicated to pass. Anything other than that is not that high because he's an event character, of course. But yeah, he has something good that could be. He has his specialties. Yeah. And last but not least, not last. I still have Chester, Marius and Schneider. Marius. So as I said, his shooting is pretty high, 10,598. Compared to the Dream Collection Marius on the left, he had 10,700, so it's really close. But if you think about the passive that this new Marius has, he could exceed that Dream Collection one. Yeah, so that's good. That is good. And let me just check the national team Marius, just in case. The national team Marius was also pretty strong as a shooter. Yeah, he has 6.592 and 5.965. Okay, this guy is better. This guy is way better. Yeah, I could tell without doing the math. Yeah, he's exceeding both shooting and power stats. Yeah, but actually this national team Marius will have a 10% boost if Chester is around. Well, yeah, for those who are using like another Marius or Chester who only has one, could collect the other one. If you have Chester, you could collect Marius. If you have Marius, you could get Chester, so that you could do like a combination move or use the passive. You'll be able to use the passive. So I think in terms of that, it might be these Marius and Chester might be important for some of you. Yeah, and this Marius, as I said, you could use him as is because his shooting power is pretty good, even compared to Dream Collection Marius. It's like the same. Yeah, so it's good. So yeah, it's either you use him as is, or you could just pass this skill on to like Dream Collection Marius or whoever Marius you're using, because there is already other red type Marius, yeah, collection. So it's really up to you which one you want to use. But if you have time, you might want to collect two of them so that you could keep one and give one to another Marius. Yeah. So last but not least, Schneider. Is he good? Well, as I said in the past previously, his shooting stats is okay. 9,400 is okay, but when you think about the passive, it'll probably be as good as the left one, which is the Noble Young Emperor Schneider with the Fire Shot S, or Sharp Eye Young Emperor. Yeah, I think he'll be at like the same level, because 450 Fire Shot will become 517 when you do 15%. Yeah, and if you multiply that by shot 9,400, it'll be 48,000, right? 48,000. Whereas if you do 450 times, let's say the Noble Young Emperor, 11,170, it'll be 50,000. So it's only like 15,000 difference. And yeah, Noble Young Emperor is, I already included his passive, which is Catch Killer. So it only works for goalie, right? So when you go up against defender, this new Schneider will be better when you shoot, because this Noble Young Emperor will not have any boost versus defenders. Yeah. So yeah, this guy is pretty good actually. Yeah, I think 48,000 is not bad at all, I think. Yeah, it's like the same level as Noble Young Emperor or Sharp-Eyed Young Emperor, I would say. I'm doing the comparison between all the past Schneiders. That was blue, okay? Yeah, so that I think for those who are using blue, I think you're most keen to know how strong this Schneider is. But yeah, if you have the past blue Schneider, I think you should just keep using the past ones. But yeah, since there's so many blue Schneiders in the past, maybe for this guy, you could just give the Fire Shot. I think when you get Schneider, I think it's for the skill. Yeah. For Kautz and Schneider, I think it's for the skill. Marius and Chester, I think you should keep. That's my conclusion. Yep. So I hope you liked the video. Please do subscribe. Please hit the like button to support me, and stay tuned for my future video. Thanks for watching, and bye.